it's been a while since I did an Eden Zero like content video. It's just mostly been reviews, but I had an idea that I really wanted to look over, so I'll try and keep this fairly short rather. We got actually finally the name of Shiki's like ether gear, Satan Gravity. We know that's the power that that Ziki had when he was the Demon King of the cosmos, and from that I was like, oh well, maybe we'll find out more exactly of what it does. It's not just gravity manipulation; it's got a special name to it, and I'm curious to know what exactly about it is going to be its perk. What's going to be like the thing about it that makes it so special? I don't think it's just going to be gravity manipulation, because I mean it's hard to kind of like compare when you have like Haru's swords. You know, each of them had their own different thing. It wasn't like he had a sword and then he unlocked their powers. That's like no, it was the swords themselves, and then each of them had an ability and it was swapped between them. But for instance, you had Natsu's fire, who started out just as dragon fire. And then later it gained the ability to burn magic, you know. And then with Shiki, there's other stuff that he's going to be able to do with gravity manipulation. I know some people have been I think a majority of people want black holes. I'm hoping for wormholes. I think it'd be cooler to have like portals instead, because it would put, you know, a lot more emphasis on his mobility of his power, which I think is the largest trait of his that is so much different than Haru or Natsu's, because they have their own things to move around. You know, Natsu's can move around with explosions. Haru's got like Sylpharion and he can use Melforce and stuff. But Shiki's is very heavily emphasized to how mobile and agile he is. So I think wormholes would be cooler. But one thing to kind of like get the idea around, besides that, because I've talked about before, is again the idea, what is the trait going to be of his power? Is there going to have something kind of like, oh, Natsu can burn magic? Is there going to be something to kind of like have that extra bonus and not like a technique like wormholes? And I was thinking what would be really cool but would really fit into the power is if you've ever watched a Red Bleach, it was Kira, his Shikai would be Skade. If he would know anything he hit with, it would double the weight. Not double the weight, but maybe like Shiki, every time he lands an attack with his gravity, like I just imagine it making them heavier. It just adding like if you just play, like, imagine a video game like a stack of weight on top of them. So every time he hits them, they'll become heavier and it'll be harder for them to move. So when he fights somebody, he can be more of like an agile person. It'd be more of like, oh, well, I can't beat this character because this character is some like big, super heavy, like dangerous guy. Like, oh, there's some behemoth character. It's like my attacks. Just imagine against the Kurenai Dragoon back, but like without the whole like ability to cancel out ether abilities. Just big, can't break it. What do I do? And then just every single attack, constantly moving, constantly trying not to get hit. Hitting them, making them heavier until they're so heavy they can't move and they just start to pretty much sink into the ground, or you know their body can't hold together properly and they just fall down because they can't keep up. Something like that I think would be really cool. It's still obviously early in the speculation. We didn't even find out the name of his power until like a couple of chapters ago, though it was foreshadowed. I think this was from chapter 32. You just see it in the shirt, Satan Gravity. It's one of those ones where it wasn't like hinted in the chapter. It was just one of those nice things. It's like, oh, it could have just been a t-shirt, but oh, cool, it was something that Hiramashima laid out, and then we got to go back and look and say, hey, look, we put that in there. That's cool. So we'll find out more in there, and it does play more into the whole Demon King aspect for Ziki, and I'm hoping we'll get some more of like I said, I like the idea of it, making gravity stacks on people to where they can't get up, and then it just has more of that like way that Shiki looked at Kurenai, where he just was kind of looking down on them like that. I think it'd be really cool, and it would give him that be like, oh well, that's how maybe Ziki got the whole Demon King kind of title. It was just that level of pressure and intimidation at that point when you have like a moment like that. I think that'd be really sick. But anyway, comment below, tell me your thoughts about this and where you would kind of like maybe steer this. I know black holes is probably the easiest one to go with. I think wormholes would be cooler because I think mobility emphasis is cooler than just dangerous black holes. But anyway, like I said, comment below. That's the video. But from the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But I appreciate everyone's already subscribed. I thank you all for listening. Bye.